Typical situation is yung patient namin na may swero na gustong ipatanggal yung IV line niya. As a nurse, I highly discourage yung pagtanggal kabit ng swero niya kasi first, pwede siya ma-dislodge and mamaga. Pangalawa, pwede siyang mag-cause ng infection. Either of the two, kung ano mangyayari, kailangan siyang insertan ng bago. So, I always explain to them kung ano yung consequences ng mga request nila. And in that case, after explaining, I will let them decide kung if they still want to push through with their request. At least in our part as a nurse, wala tayong missed out and na-explain natin sa kanila ng maayos kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari.
The ethical dilemma that I've experienced in this stage is that the decision making, especially in related to issues. Sometimes I avoid the issues rather than taking a stand, but now, as a millennial, our opinions and insights are very important.
Okay, let's talk about the routine work with the use of technology. Sa baby boomers and sa Gen X, mahihirapan silang mag-adapt sa technology kasi nakasanayan nila na gamitin yung skills na meron sila. While sa millennial, we both use our skills and the technology to make our work easier. And I believe sa Gen Z, mas maraming ma-invent at madidevelop na mga technology sa kanila which will make their workload much more easier than the previous generations. But the downside is, pag nagkaroon sila ng technical error, they will find it difficult kasi naging dependent na sila sa technology.
The issues that belong in other generations that find difficulty in understanding is the use of technology. Some of the baby boomers, it is hard for them to use the latest invented technology since they are not used to it. But on the other side, the Gen X can easily do their school tasks in the use of technology.
Ethical dilemma. So there was one incident which involves my lolo and lola. My lola is a diabetic, and during that time she just got her right leg amputated. A few months after her operation, we found out that my lolo has a liver cancer. At that time, we cannot inform her of lolo's condition because of too many risk factors, including heart attack. That's why when my lolo was in and out of the hospital, we would just tell her that it's just a minor illness. It's a dilemma for us because we know that she has the right to know my lolo's condition. At the same time, we are protecting her from getting sick, especially that her condition is not that well yet after the operation.
Sa tingin ko, ang pinaka-issue na meron sa generation namin ay yung martial law na hindi ko naman personally na experience. Pero nung panahon iyon ay merong maraming pinagbabawal na hindi makatao.
Issues that we've been encountering before that the generation now is not anymore experiencing is, for me, access to information. Because before, I would still remember when we do research, we would spend time inside the library, or we would go to my auntie's house to borrow the encyclopedia because that's the only information that we have in order to complete a certain research or topic that needs to be discussed in the classroom. Unlike now, the access to information using the internet is very much easy, and which makes the student to have more access to this kind of information with just one click.
Hindi na maunawaan ng bagong henerasyon ngayon ang pagiging konserbatibo namin ng panahon na.
Ang mahirap na desisyon na nalaman ko ng asawa ko na may babae. Gusto ko sana siya hiwalayan, pero naalala ko mga anak ko, kawawa naman mga anak ko, makaama pa naman. Kaya nasa isip ko, mag-usap na lang kami mag-asawa kung sino pipiliin niya, siya o ako. Mahirap para sa akin ang natuklasan ko sa asawa ko. Kaya gusto ko sana hiwalayan siya, pero naalala ko pa rin ang mga anak ko.
Yung mga mag-aaral namin noon,
Opo.
na hindi nyo ano ngayon. Kasi nung araw, yung mga nag-aaral, aral bahay lang talaga. Ngayon ang ibang bata, iba na.
Kumbaga yung mga nag-aaral po, mas may opportunity, mas mayayaman, mas mapera. Hindi po tulad na.
Hindi sa mapipira. Kasi ang mga mapipira nung araw, katulad pa rin naman mga mapipira ngayon, mga blackball, mga
Napa.
fight teacher.
Opo.
Pero ngayon, ay noon, yung mga mahihirap, yung mga porsigido mag-aaral,
Okay.
hira mayayaman na porsigid.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you po, Nay.
One of the ethical dilemmas that I am currently facing during this pandemic that other generations may have a difficulty in understanding is how to maintain my academic integrity. Knowing that in just a click I can find answers to the questions related to my schoolwork, sometimes I am tempted not to give my 100% in studying. But by doing this, I also know that I deprive myself of the chances of becoming a better student. So I always try my best and push myself not to Google everything and to start studying more.
So the ethical dilemma that I am currently experiencing right now is the online classes or the use of technology. Online classes due to this pandemic. The ethical dilemma here is that if I am going to search or to look the answers online or going to be on the student. Honestly speaking, I already did that. I know I'm not the only one, especially if the topic is really hard and cannot understand easily. But as I've realized that it is more important to be an honest student to gain knowledge.
So my friend mentioned that she is currently talking to her ex despite being in a 2-year relationship, and this alarmed me kasi I don't know if I should be informing her boyfriend about it since me and her boyfriend are friends as well, and I feel like he has a right to know that her girlfriend is currently talking to someone and it's her ex pa, and the talk wasn't casual, it has some lande in it. So I'm stuck between making a decision to inform her boyfriend or just stay silent and let her confront him herself. But at the end, I didn't get in the middle of the relationship. I tried and I talked to my friend. I asked her to tell her boyfriend about the situation, and she handled it pretty well, and I'm pretty proud of what she did and what I did as her friend. So yeah.
Being part of the Generation Z, I think what other generations do not understand about my generation is that we being vocal about our opinions, especially in terms of politics and other issues that affects majority of the people. I think it is because of the Filipino culture that told us to respect and obey the other ones, and I felt that we must make them feel superior, and once we disagree with them, it is already an act of rebellion for them.
I had a hard time interviewing my grandmother due to her old age, and also she tends to forget some of the ethical dilemmas that she had experienced, but still I was very grateful that she was able to share with me some of the things that she remembered. And as for me, the ethical dilemmas that I think other generation would have a hard time understanding is about academics, especially right now that we are all homeschooled. It is very accessible for us to cheat because there is no one supervising us. And there's this one time where I was very tempted to cheat on a quiz because I didn't review for it, for the reasons that there are a lot of requirements that I needed to submit on that day as well, and I forgot about the quiz. So I was very tempted to cheat on it, but it came to my mind that cheating is not very worth it, and I was only just fooling myself for it. So in the end, I failed my quiz, but I learned the lesson, and I think I did what's best for me during that time.
One of the ethical dilemmas that the other generation might not understand is technological addiction, such as overconsumption of media, social media, misinformation, and video games. These are just a few things that we are currently dealing with as the exponential developmental growth of technology happened at the same time as we were growing up.